Hey, it's Janae here to brighten, enlighten, and ignite your day. It's Transformation Tuesday, and I'm here with another edition of The Gist, helping you to get inspired and start your transformation. Today's resource is called Resisting Happiness by Matthew Kelly. It says a true story about why we sabotage ourselves, feel overwhelmed, set aside our dreams, and lack the courage to simply be ourselves, and how to start choosing happiness again. So I've got to tell you, I had been resisting reading this book for a while now. I think just because of the title, Resisting Happiness. I didn't want to resist happiness. I would read a lot of books about happiness, but didn't want to resist it. But then there's a lot of signs coming to me. I would see people reading this. I had friends quote, I even had a friend who doesn't like to read a lot, say she was reading this book and it had been sitting on my shelf for a while, and I thought maybe it's the time to read it. So here's the inspiration and transformation for me. The inspiration is what I'm calling the big R. So this is always such a good reminder, and one of the early Gist videos I did about the war of art is the idea here that R, meaning resistance, there's so much resistance in our lives that will stop us from doing the things that matter most. Matthew Kelly goes on and on about all the little examples, from the snooze alarm to staying busy to being involved in things that don't matter, to distractions, anything you can imagine. This resistance is trying to keep us away from what really matters. And in his opinion, which I agree, is this important relationship with God. And so if we resist the things that we're made for, and our relationship with God is really what makes us happy. And so in this book, he has a variety of different short reflections to help us think about the different ways that we could be resisting happiness in our lives. So the transformation for me that's related now is one of his examples called a pilgrim or a tourist. Now this just relates similar to where kind of at the stage I'm at, is being able around summertime here doing some planning to be both a tourist and a pilgrim. But this is kind of what he's getting at, is this idea of, are you a tourist or a pilgrim? And he said, tourists want everything to go exactly as they have planned and imagined it. They rush around from one place to another, making sure they cram everything in. They are constantly vying over souvenirs, knickknacks, what should we get, what should we do. They demand prompt attention and service to their every need and desire. They focus on themselves, often shoving past others to get where they want to go. Tourists go sightseeing. Tourists count the cost. But pilgrims, he said, are very different. They look for signs. If a flight gets delayed or canceled, they ask, well, what is God trying to tell me? Pilgrims are not concerned with seeing and doing everything, just the things they feel called to see and do. They're not obsessed with shopping, but they're aware of the needs of others. Pilgrims go looking for meaning, and they count their blessing. And then he talks about reality. We're all kind of pilgrims in a larger sense. So I just kind of want to break this down into two ways. One is because I would encourage you, when you do have a chance to do vacations, of course we all love the tourist vacations. There's so much to see, especially just in our lovely country here. Great things, and we plan a family road trip and vacation, and that is amazing of the tourist things we want to do. But also encourage you, if you haven't thought of it yet, is to also do a pilgrimage, where, like you said, it's a little bit different, where you feel like the idea here is being on a search, and that there's some things you want to do, but there's a lot of open time and space just to really let this idea of what happiness might look like in your life to kind of bubble up, and to really be open on what that looks like. And so each summer as well, I also plan a pilgrimage with my mother to spend some time together, but then also exploring kind of where we might be called to on this next journey. But then he also talks about this idea of a pilgrim and tourist in life. You know, do we tend to be the tourist who's go, 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 go? Or do we tend to be that pilgrimage of just the pilgrim of stepping back, taking time, maybe not going in every direction everybody else is, and just really feeling led and called to the direction God wants you to go. Now, this is just one of the 37 reflections that he has in this book. Just a nice way to look at things a little bit differently, and hopefully to plant some seeds deep in your heart for ways that you can bring more happiness to your life. From my heart to yours, be love.